What you say? Welcome back to another live feed with Shoppers YouTube Channels. Continue on the continuation of the top 50 underrated NFL wide receivers. Looked at that years ago. Let's get into it, man. Haywood Jeffires was part of the great run and shoot offense as a receiver for the Houston Oilers from 1987 to 1995. This is about Haywood Jeffires. I remember this dude. This dude was definitely a big-time player, playing that great run and shoot offense led by quarterback Warren Moon. He was a three-time Pro Bowler. Jeffries was one of the premier receivers in the AFC when he led the conference in receptions with 100 receptions in 1991. A two-time All-Pro selection. He also had 435 receptions for 6,334 receiving yards, including 50 touchdowns. That's why he's underrated. When you talk about the great receivers, not going to mention this dude. But he's part of a great run-shoot system for the Oilers. You know, the trigger man obviously was Warren Moon. The reason why he's underrated because when he played in this run-shoot offense, which is heavily skewed his raw statistics, featured a crowded receiving corps. Obviously, he had Drew Hill, Ernest Givens, guys like that. Then Curtis Duncan was on that team. Wesley Slaughter. Had a lot of big-time receivers on that team that Warren Moon could throw to. So he had so many weapons. I think Curtis Duncan was on that team. I know Ernest Givens was there and Drew Hill. But anyway, they lacked the playoff success that required for widespread historical recognition, which is true. This is the same team that lost that 35-3 lead against the Buffalo Bills in '92. I remember that very well. That was at like 12:30 in the afternoon on Saturday, I believe, at that time. January 3rd, I think it was, 1993. I might get you get it wrong with the date. That was in January. And they were down 35-3. That run shoot offense was doing their thing. Warren Moon was playing great. Wesley Slaughter was doing his thing. Everybody was doing their thing. Blowing out the Buffaloes. Then they lose the game in overtime. I think it was 41-38. You know what I'm saying? Like, they should have won the Super Bowl probably that year. Possibly. I know the Cowboys, I know they were great in '92, but could have been the Houston Oilers and the Cowboys. Who knows? But also, the spread the ball offense is a reason why he's underrated because the system of the run and shoot relied on 4 wide receivers. Meaning offensive production was going to be distributed on an even playing field. Jeffries shared targets with Ernest Givens, Drew Hill, Wesley Slaughter, making it difficult for any single receiver to post dominant standalone numbers. So the volume and versus yards, that's another key factor. He was a volume possession receiver. He's not a deep threat, Jeffries. He had his breakout season 35 years ago in 1991. Led the entire NFL with 100 receptions. He led the league in. And he had modestly, relatively receiving yards at 937. He gave the critics the impression that he was a system-dependent player. Lack of playoff success. Again, I just brought it up. The 35-3 lead that they had against the Buffalo Bills in the 1993 wildcard game. That was the 1992 season. They had such a high-powered offense with Hall of Famer Warren Moon, and they lost the lead. So championship glory, lack of that is what hurts him. And then you look at the competition at that time, all the great receivers that was doing their thing in the 90s. You had, Jerry Rice, you had Michael Irvin, you had Sterling Sharp. So flashy, more dominant receivers captured the media's attention. They sort of casted shadow over Jeffries and what he did. And Jeffries was a big time player, man, big time receiver, not a Hall of Famer, but he had Pro Bowl selection for 3 years in a row, 91 to 93, and he went to the All Pro team, first team in 91. So that's one reason why he's underrated. All right, so that's it for Haywood Jeffries. I'm at number 24 on my list of the top 50 underrated wide receivers in NFL history. I'll come back with number 23 at the bottom of the hour. Till then, talk to you soon.